Alright, people, so I want to talk about Ted Cruz, the man who won Iowa. Ted Cruz now. Ted Cruz seemed like, a pretty decent guy. I agreed with him on a lot of the shit he said about, he was mostly conservative, libertarian-ish, and that wasn't perfect, but, I was like, yeah, this guy's good. But then he's really shown his true colors over the past, month. And, he's saying, oh, glory be to God. I don't get why I hate how all these politicians, Republicans, they talk about God all the time to try to get votes. Do you really think that they're talking about God because, they're, legitimately professing their faith? No, they're talking about God to get, votes. Oh, I love God, guys. I love God. I pray to God every minute of the day. I love God. Please vote for me. I mean, it's such a ploy to get. You don't see Donald Trump going out there saying, "Oh, I love God," because in the end, it doesn't matter what religion you are when it comes to politics. I could care less if you're a Christian, when it comes to being in political office. It shouldn't even be an issue what religion somebody is. I care more about policy than religion. All right. So I hate all these politicians going around saying that. And then you got, he really is doing, he really has God on his side. He really is a good Christian there, lying about Ben Carson dropping out. I mean, the emails, the voicemails came out where the Cruz campaign is calling the precinct leaders saying, yeah, Ben Carson's dropping out, vote for Ted Cruz. I mean, it's so obvious. It's a lie. And then you got Ted Cruz mailing out these voter cards or whatever to people, trying to, saying, oh, F, you didn't vote, F. And then trying to get votes that way. And then he's also lying, too, about Donald Trump, saying he's for Obamacare and shit like that. I mean, he's so corrupt, he's exposing himself now as a liar. And this may have worked, one time for Ted Cruz. He may have won Iowa, but I think in the long term, this is going to hurt Ted Cruz because now people are seeing that he is not your good old boy Tea Party candidate. He is a liar. He is and also the Goldman Sachs thing. He got a loan from the big banksters there. And you got Ron Paul coming out saying Ted Cruz is in bed with banks and shit. So I mean, this guy is pretty much a Marco Rubio or a Jeb Bush in my eyes now. And then so it's like I said, Donald Trump's really our only hope. Ted Cruz is a fucking sellout, and there's no way he would beat Hillary anyway. No way Marco would beat Hillary. No, and Marco's a fucking neocon, and he's a establishment Republican. Rand Paul dropped out. Not like he was going to win anyway. He was a fucking failure. His presidential run was a fucking failure. Because why? Because he tried to compromise with the establishment Republicans. And that always ends up in failure. If he would have been like his father, or if he would have acted like Donald Trump would have, I think he would have gotten much, much more support. But instead he tried to compromise, which ended with him getting like 2%. So, and by the way, when are these guys like fucking Jim Gilmore? Jim Gilmore literally got 12 votes in Iowa. 12 people voted for him in Iowa. When the fuck is he gonna drop out? What a fucking loser. Why the fuck would you be, if you're getting like, if you're like Carly Fiorina, again, another loser who didn't win the Senate, lost for Senate, gonna lose for president. Why are you still in the race? You're a fucking attention whore taking up, time. Get out of the fucking race. You're not gonna win. Rick Santorum, why the fuck is he still in the fucking race? Come on, guys. Let's get it out. It should only be between, Trump, Cruz, Rubio, and maybe Carson. Everybody else get the fuck out. Come on. It's such a waste. Such a waste. But fuck Ted Cruz, though. I mean, back to the point. Fuck Ted Cruz. This guy is a fucking liar. He's a fucking hypocrite. And I'm just sick of, I was listening to his victory speech in Iowa. Glory be to God. Shut the fuck up. Alright? I don't give a shit about your religion. You're a fucking fake. As I said, you're a fake anyway. Again, he's just saying that to score political points. And 99% of the people who talk about God in politics are just saying that to score political points. So that's all I gotta say about Ted Cruz. Trump for president. I'm getting behind Trump 100%. There's no other choice that we have. No, Donald Trump isn't perfect, but everybody goes by this all or nothing strategy, meaning that if they don't support somebody's policies 100%, then they suck. No, I don't support Donald Trump 100%. Probably agree with 80% of the shit he says. But again, he's the only person that could beat Hillary, and he's the only hope we've got. He's not bought and paid for. He's not a sellout, and he's real. All right? No, I don't agree with him on spying. No, I don't agree with him on increasing military spending. No, I don't agree with him on some shit. But he's way better than Hillary. He's way better than Jeb Bush. He's way better than Ted Cruz. So I'd rather have him than, a Democrat or an establishment Republican. And again, he's the only guy who could beat Hillary. Ted Cruz is a piece of shit, and there's no way he's beating Hillary. Fuck Ted Cruz, and fuck all his dirty tricks. It's not going to win. It's not going to work for him. He's not going to win because people are going to see through his bullshit. I think Trump will at least get the nomination for the Republicans because he's up big in like every other fucking state. So go Trump. Fuck Marco. And a bunch of New Hampshire polls just came out. Like 6 polls from New Hampshire came out yesterday, and Trump was up big in all of them. So I got a lot of faith that Trump's going to win New Hampshire, and if he doesn't, then there's probably some dirty tricks going on, just like there was in Iowa. There'll probably be some voter fraud, some election rigging if Trump doesn't win in New Hampshire. So let's look out for that. But I think he's going to win New Hampshire easy, because he's up big, and if they do rig it, it'll be very fucking obvious. So fuck Ted Cruz and go Donald Trump. So there you go, people.